Hi, this is Joe at Falsing Solutions, CEO and founder of GDBS. I wanted to give you a walkthrough of some new features that we have added. And today, in doing so, these features, which I'm going to show in the next few moments, are features that most assuredly will benefit the community that will be signing up for GDBS, both in private industry, government, and as an individual research. One of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to build a platform that allowed you to do, well, precision computation without having to have a cluster. I really wanted to remove, even though there are free tools that provide these services, what there isn't is with those free tools, you have to run them on these supercomputers. And then you have to schedule the time and you have to get the people together and you have to program the interfaces and set up all of the configuration, add all of your parameters and get everything running. And within a 4 to 6 hours later, you may have results that really don't give you anything other than, oh, we got to change it some more. So that can end up costing anywhere from 60,000 to millions of dollars in computational time that, well, we'd rather have a little bit quicker. So this is what I've done is I've introduced GDBS in order to create the opportunity for someone that wants to have physics really quickly. So with that being said, I'm going to transition and we're going to start showing GDBS and the new features we just provided. Several of these new features are specific to whatever you're going to run. Right now, they're not everywhere, but we're working on putting them everywhere. So one of the first things we're going to talk about is we're going to go to our HPC. We're going to run our GRMHD, which is a conservative general relativistic magnetohydrodynamics. Don't worry about the name. There's not a test. What there is, however, is the ability to run GRMHD torus almost immediately. And we're doing this in a flat space, which is probably one of the harder place problems to do, or at least some people like to say that to me. At the end of the day, we can see that, well, we can zoom into this. We can identify specifically, what the interpretation is for this particular chart. We can see through our uh, information of observables down below, specific, where the equilibrium is, whether it's precise or not, and whether or not it passes the closed form conservative checks that we do. And as you see, it does. And we have, excuse me, reference to the actual information that's associated, as you can see there. Additionally, what we've included is this new feature called audit logging. Everything that is run is automatically put into a logging component, and we're working on getting the additional details to show all of the different things that are formulated underneath. Right now, what we do have is a complete timing and the tool that was run. And the reason for this is so that the user that is running the particular report can click the audit log and see exactly what has occurred. We also identified specifically with the GRMHD a development bug log. So any bugs that we find, anything that we ran against, and anything that I've decided that okay, we need to work through this solution and come up with a path. Um, I identify what I found and what I do and how it caused an issue and what I did to solve that issue. So you can see what is open, what's not open. We also have a development log. The development log specifically identifies exactly what our development pathway is. And with that, you can see exactly what we did and where we did it at. From there, we can go ahead and take a look at our BSN calculation, our BSSN. BSSN is a vacuum dynamic general relativity on our torus. That being said, we can do up to 256. We are working towards a higher resolution. Right now, easily doing 256 cube grid at 60 steps is pretty much the boundary that supercomputers do today. So we wanted to make sure that we could do that in our browser. And as you can see, it's running right now. That run um, that you see up here in the center, that run, once completed, will have resulting graph that you can zoom into, you can identify specific points along the graph. You can scroll down and see the output numbers and whether or not it is considered precise, imprecise, exact, etc. Um, that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on. We also have included with many of these the ability to get to a guide. We're not done with them all. We'll have them all done hopefully by next quarter. Again, we're working as quickly as we can to get through these. As you find these guides, we can walk through them, identify exactly how they're supposed to behave. If there's a problem with them, right at the bottom, we can open a ticket, which is directed inside of the application. As we move through each one of these, you can see there are multitudes of guides that talk to specifically how to resolve them. And again, this is GDBS. So if you have any questions, if you want to get in contact with us, you want to find out exactly, how this is working, you can look at our validation references. You can look at if you have a non-disclosure agreement signed with us, you can actually look at our validation methodology, what we currently validate, anything that's questionable. You can look at our architecture, how we set up our system. Again, my recommendations have a non-disclosure agreement signed with us. Should you want to do that, contact us at either sales@getvaultsync.com or one of the agents on the website at www.getvaultsync.com. Again, should you also just want to send a message, you can go to our help and support and just go ahead and do a feature request, billing, physics question, whatever the case may be. Identify your module, uh, say what you're trying to do, give us a priority, put in a subject and a description. That'll be submitted to us and we'll answer it as we can. You can also change your appearance. We've changed our GQL. We also match to a pseudo STIG, Software Technical Implementation Guide, to check for any vulnerabilities that may be a possible issue going forward. And we've resolved every single one of them. Now, I identified that there were 27 possible vulnerabilities, which I've already resolved and fixed prior to release. We are currently at version 2.34 in GDBS. So again, we're well on our way. We're ready to engage with you and work with you and get you set up. Our pricing is listed on our website. We do monthly and annual pricing. If you have questions or concerns, you can use our help and support or indeed use our website itself. If we do have an API, our API is 100% connectable and runnable. We do have a running capacity to test any of our API endpoints. As you can see, these are running directly from our system. We can run things like our hydrogen DFT, our GRMHD, our BSSN. And as you can see, we really do run these in a few seconds, and we do give the results directly back through our API infrastructure. And a majority of the API has already been built. They are rate limited and they're assigned to a user account. Once you pay for the account, you do get your API access. Absent that, contact us anytime. sales@getvaultsync.com or go to our website and find one of our team members that can respond to any questions or use our help and support. Again, our website, www.getvaultsync.com or gdbs.getvaultsync.com. Sign up for an account today. You have a great one. This is Joe Garrett. You take care, and we'll talk to you again.